Have you ever swung your legs out of bed in the morning, ready to start your day, only to feel them wobble beneath you? Maybe you stood up and suddenly felt a cramp seize your calf, or you tried to walk to the kitchen and noticed a dull ache traveling up your thigh. Or perhaps your balance wasn't quite there, and you instinctively reached for the nightstand or wall to steady yourself. For millions of Americans over 60, this is not a rare event, it's a daily wake-up call. And here's the unsettling truth: your legs weaken first. They are the first to send you signals that something deeper is happening in your body, and those signals usually show up as cramps, stiffness, heaviness, or a shaky feeling that makes you question your independence. But here's the hopeful news: you don't have to accept this as inevitable. You don't have to let weakness or cramps dictate your mornings, your walks, or your confidence. Because hidden in something as simple as your fruit basket are 6 powerful foods that can prevent cramps, strengthen your legs, and help you walk with steadiness and freedom well into your 70s, 80s, and even 90s. These aren't exotic miracle foods that cost a fortune. They're everyday fruits, affordable, accessible in every American grocery store, and backed by both science and tradition. And if you make them part of your daily routine, you can change the story of your legs and your independence starting today. Why do the legs weaken first? Think about it for a moment. Your legs carry the heaviest load in your body. Every step, every climb, every sit down and stand up requires the muscles of your thighs, calves, and hips to fire, contract, and push. Over decades, that constant workload takes its toll. Add in circulation challenges, mineral imbalances, and the fact that most Americans move less as they age, and you've got the perfect storm for cramps and weakness to appear. The arms may still feel strong, the hands may still grip tightly, but the legs begin to send warning signals first, and the most common of those signals is the dreaded leg cramp. That sudden tightening, often striking in the middle of the night, that makes you jump out of bed clutching your calf. It's not random. It's not just age. It's your muscles telling you they are starved for nutrients. Nutrients that fruits can deliver naturally and effectively. The first fruit that stands out as your ally against leg weakness is the banana. Bananas are often underestimated because they're so common, so ordinary. But hidden inside that yellow peel is one of nature's best tools for preventing cramps and restoring muscle balance. Bananas are rich in potassium, and potassium is the mineral that controls how your muscles contract and relax. Without enough potassium, your muscles misfire, nerves send the wrong signals, and cramps seize your legs when you least expect them. But bananas don't stop there. They also contain magnesium, vitamin B6, and natural sugars that provide quick energy to tired muscles. I once met a man named Robert, 71 years old, from Ohio, who said his legs cramped so badly at night that he often had to walk the floor for half an hour just to get relief. His doctor suggested adding a banana in the evening. Within 2 weeks, Robert told me those midnight Charlie horses had nearly vanished. He said, "I didn't think something so simple could fix a problem that had plagued me for years, but it did. That's the quiet power of potassium and magnesium working hand in hand. What makes bananas especially helpful for older Americans is their practicality. They're inexpensive, they're available year-round, and they require no preparation. You don't have to cook, slice, or measure. You just peel and eat. Keep a few on your kitchen counter, add slices to oatmeal, blend one into a smoothie, or simply enjoy one in the evening before bed. That simple act becomes a form of nightly muscle insurance. Imagine waking up and swinging your legs out of bed without that painful tightening in your calf. Imagine walking through your house without feeling like your muscles are betraying you. That's what a banana a day can set in motion. But while bananas supply the potassium your muscles need to fire correctly, another fruit supplies something just as vital, vitamin C. And for that, we turn to the orange. When most Americans think of oranges, they think of colds, immunity, and maybe a glass of juice at breakfast. But oranges are just as critical for your legs as they are for your immune system. That's because vitamin C is the nutrient your body uses to make collagen, the protein that holds your muscles, tendons, and ligaments together. Every time your muscles work, they create tiny micro-tears. That's normal. It's part of how muscles grow and repair. But those tears can only heal if your body has enough collagen. And collagen can only form if you supply vitamin C. Without it, muscles stay weak, repair is slow, and cramps creep in more often. Oranges also play another role. They hydrate. Dehydration is one of the most overlooked causes of leg cramps in older adults. If you've ever woken up with a sudden calf cramp in the middle of the night, there's a good chance you were not only low in potassium but also low in fluids and electrolytes. Oranges provide both hydration and electrolytes in one sweet, simple package. And here's the American story that drives it home. Margaret, a 74-year-old from Florida, said she avoided fruit for years because she thought it was too much sugar. But her daughter explained that whole fruits like oranges don't act like soda or candy. They're paired with fiber, antioxidants, and electrolytes that actually steady blood sugar instead of spiking it. Margaret started eating one orange every morning with her oatmeal. Within a month, she said her nighttime leg cramps had nearly disappeared, and she noticed her morning walks felt steadier. She laughed and said, "I thought fruit would hurt me, but it turned out to be the thing my body was begging for." Now, let's bring bananas and oranges together. Bananas provide potassium to keep muscles firing properly. Oranges provide vitamin C to repair muscle tissue and collagen, plus hydration to prevent cramps in the night. Together, they're like your morning team. Bananas give steady energy, oranges deliver steady repair. You don't need expensive supplements, you don't need complicated diets. You just need consistency. One banana, one orange every day becomes a routine that silently strengthens your legs with each passing week. But potassium and vitamin C aren't the only missing pieces for aging legs. Circulation is another hidden culprit. Weak blood flow means your muscles don't get enough oxygen or nutrients, and when that happens, fatigue and cramps follow. And that's where our third fruit enters the story, watermelon. Watermelon is one of nature's best circulation boosters because it contains citrulline, a compound your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide widens your blood vessels, allowing more oxygen-rich blood to reach your muscles. That means less heaviness in your legs, less cramping during walks, and faster recovery after activity. Think of circulation like a delivery system. Your muscles are the city, and your blood vessels are the roads. If the roads are narrow and clogged, supplies arrive late, the city suffers, and repairs stall. But if the roads are wide and clear, supplies flow freely, and the city thrives. That's what watermelon does. It widens the road so your legs get the supplies they need right when they need them. I remember Harold, a 68-year-old retired mailman from Kentucky, who said his legs always felt heavy, like he was walking with weights strapped to his ankles. He started eating watermelon slices in the summer and switched to watermelon juice in the winter. Within weeks, he noticed his legs didn't feel so heavy on his daily walks. He told me, "I didn't change anything else, but suddenly I wasn't dragging cement blocks anymore." That's the circulation power of citrulline at work. And watermelon, like bananas and oranges, is affordable and practical. A single melon can feed you for days. Slice it, cube it, blend it into smoothies, or just eat it fresh. Every bite is hydration, electrolytes, and circulation support rolled into one. It's not just a refreshing treat, it's medicine for your legs disguised as fruit. So as we close this first part of the journey, here's the big picture so far. Your legs weaken first because they carry the greatest load, and they're the first to suffer when minerals are low, when hydration falters, or when circulation slows. But 3 everyday fruits, bananas, oranges, and watermelon directly target those weaknesses. Bananas provide potassium and magnesium to stop cramps before they start. Oranges deliver vitamin C and electrolytes to repair tissue and hydrate muscles. Watermelon improves circulation, opening the pathways that deliver oxygen and nutrients where they're needed most. Each one works on its own, but together they form a shield around your legs, protecting them from the cramps, heaviness, and fatigue that so many seniors accept as just aging. But let me assure you, this is not just aging. This is your body asking for the right fuel, and when you give it that fuel, it responds quickly. Sometimes within days, you notice the cramps fading. Within weeks, you notice the heaviness lifting. Within months, you walk with more steadiness, more confidence, and more independence. That's the power of listening to your legs and feeding them what they need. We've seen how bananas, oranges, and watermelon form the first line of defense against weak legs and painful cramps. Potassium, vitamin C, hydration, and circulation support, together, those 3 fruits build a foundation that calms cramps and steadies your steps. But as powerful as they are, they're not the complete answer. Because muscle weakness and cramps don't come from just one cause, they come from a combination: mineral deficiencies, poor circulation, oxidative stress, and the slow burn of inflammation that eats away at your tissues over time. And that's where the next two fruits enter the picture. These aren't just nice to have additions to your basket. They're inflammation fighters, recovery boosters, and natural healers that protect your muscles from the inside out. Without them, even the potassium and vitamin C you're getting may not be enough. With them, your legs have the power to rebuild, recover, and move without pain. The fourth fruit on this list is the cherry. Now, when most people think of cherries, they think of pies or toppings on Sundays. Sweet, tart, a little indulgence at summertime fairs. But what many Americans don't realize is that cherries, especially tart cherries, are some of the most potent anti-inflammatory fruits on earth. Their bright red color comes from anthocyanins, a group of powerful antioxidants that act like fire extinguishers in your body. And that's important because inflammation is often the hidden culprit behind weak, cramping legs. Think about inflammation for a moment. It's not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it shows up as swollen joints. Other times it hides as muscle stiffness or soreness that doesn't seem to go away. Inflammation is like a slow fire that never stops burning, slowly weakening your tissues, eating away at your strength, and leaving you vulnerable to cramps and fatigue. Seniors who think their legs are just getting old are often actually feeling the effects of chronic inflammation. And cherries are nature's answer. I remember speaking with Helen, a 73-year-old retired nurse from Pennsylvania. She told me she stopped walking with her church group because every time she did, she felt sore for days afterward. It wasn't just soreness, it was deep, aching fatigue in her calves and thighs. A friend suggested she try drinking a small glass of tart cherry juice in the evenings. Helen laughed at first, it sounded too simple. But within 3 weeks, she was walking again, this time without the lingering soreness. She said, "It felt like the fire finally went out in my legs." That's not magic. That's the anti-inflammatory power of cherries at work. Cherries also improve sleep, and that matters because recovery happens at night. If you're tossing and turning, your body doesn't get the deep stages of rest needed to repair muscle tissue. Tart cherries naturally contain melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep cycle. That means a small serving before bed can not only calm inflammation, but also improve the quality of your sleep, giving your legs the chance to heal fully overnight. Better sleep, better repair, fewer cramps, stronger steps. And here's the practical side. You don't need buckets of cherries. A handful of fresh cherries in season, a small bowl of frozen cherries in the winter, or a splash of tart cherry juice in the evening can make a difference. It's not about indulgence. It's about consistency. Night after night, cherries calm inflammation and prepare your legs to recover. Now let's move to the fifth fruit, and this one might surprise you, the apple. Apples may not seem like muscle food. They're so ordinary, so familiar that many people overlook them. But apples carry a compound that's a game changer for endurance and stamina: quercetin. Quercetin is a natural antioxidant that supports energy production inside your muscle cells. Think of your muscles like engines. Quercetin helps those engines run longer before they tire out. For seniors, that means more steps before fatigue sets in, more stability when climbing stairs, and less of that drained, shaky feeling after a trip to the store or a walk around the block. Apples also provide magnesium and small amounts of potassium, both minerals that prevent cramps and keep muscles firing smoothly. But what makes apples stand out is their steady energy. Unlike processed snacks that spike your blood sugar and then crash, apples provide natural sugars paired with fiber. That fiber slows the release of glucose into your bloodstream, giving your muscles a steady stream of fuel instead of a roller coaster. I remember Linda, a 76-year-old from Nebraska, who told me she always had to sit down halfway through grocery shopping because her legs felt weak. Her daughter encouraged her to start carrying an apple in her bag and eating it as a mid-morning snack. Linda thought it was silly. How could a piece of fruit make a difference? But after a few weeks, she noticed she could finish her shopping without stopping. She told me, "It felt like my legs finally had fuel again." That's the quiet but powerful effect of quercetin and steady energy at work. And here's something else about apples. They're affordable, available year-round, and easy to store. A bag of apples costs just a few dollars and lasts for weeks in your fridge. You don't need fancy recipes. Just wash, slice, and eat. Consistency, again, is the key. One apple a day is enough to start fueling your muscles differently, giving them the endurance they need to keep you moving with confidence. Now, when you bring cherries and apples together, something remarkable happens. Cherries calm the fire of inflammation that eats away at your muscles, while apples fuel those muscles with steady energy and endurance. One heals, the other powers. Together, they give your legs both the recovery they need and the stamina to keep going. That's the balance too many seniors miss. They try to push through fatigue without addressing inflammation, or they try to calm soreness without fueling endurance. You need both, and these two fruits deliver exactly that. Imagine this routine for a moment. In the morning, you eat your banana and orange. At lunch, you slice up an apple. In the evening, you enjoy a handful of cherries or a small glass of tart cherry juice before bed. That simple rhythm, potassium, vitamin C, endurance, and anti-inflammatory power, creates an environment where your legs not only stop cramping but actually start rebuilding. You wake up lighter, walk steadier, and end the day with less soreness. But we still have one more fruit to complete this 6-part team, and this last one is like the closer in a baseball game. Bananas, oranges, watermelon, cherries, and apples each play their role, but the 6th fruit brings something unique: vascular protection and antioxidant defense that keep your blood vessels flexible and your circulation steady. And without that, all the other nutrients can't reach your muscles effectively. That's where grapes step in, and we'll dive deep into them in the final chapter. For now, remember this: cherries and apples are not just snacks. They're medicine for your legs disguised as fruit. They put out the fire of inflammation, protect your joints and muscles, and fuel your body with steady endurance that prevents fatigue from setting in too quickly. Together with the first 3 fruits, they form a shield around your legs, guarding you against cramps, heaviness, and the loss of independence that so many Americans think is inevitable. But it's not inevitable, it's a choice. And that choice can be as simple as what you put in your fruit bowl this week. We've already built a team of fruits that each bring something unique to the table. Bananas deliver potassium, calming cramps before they ever begin. Oranges provide vitamin C and hydration, repairing muscle tissue and supporting collagen. Watermelon opens circulation with citrulline, flooding muscles with oxygen and nutrients. Cherries put out the fire of inflammation and improve sleep, giving your legs time to repair. Apples fuel endurance with quercetin and steady energy, helping you stay strong throughout the day. But there's one final player in this lineup, one fruit that ties everything together by protecting the very highways your muscles depend on. Because here's the truth: if blood can't reach your muscles, if nutrients don't get delivered, if waste isn't cleared, then no amount of potassium, vitamin C, or antioxidants can save you. And that's where grapes come in. Now, grapes may seem small, maybe even too ordinary to matter. We think of them as something to snack on at picnics or toss into a lunchbox. But inside those tiny spheres is one of the most powerful compounds for circulation and vascular health: resveratrol. Resveratrol is a polyphenol found in grape skins, and it's been studied for decades for its ability to keep blood vessels flexible and strong. As we age, our blood vessels tend to stiffen. That stiffness makes circulation sluggish, prevents oxygen from reaching your muscles, and increases the risk of cramps, heaviness, and fatigue in your legs. Resveratrol acts like a shield, protecting those vessels from damage, reducing inflammation inside the walls, and keeping them flexible so blood can flow freely. Think about it this way: your muscles are like factories working day and night, but they depend on roads, the blood vessels, to deliver raw materials and remove waste. If those roads are clogged or crumbling, the factories slow down, shut down, or break down. Grapes are like the construction crew that repairs and maintains those roads, making sure the deliveries keep coming and the waste gets hauled away. Without them, everything slows. With them, everything flows. I remember Arthur, a 76-year-old retired farmer from Kentucky, who told me he gave up his daily walks because every time he tried, his calves cramped within minutes. His doctor ruled out major vascular disease, but explained that his circulation was sluggish. Arthur's daughter encouraged him to start eating a small handful of grapes before his walks. He was skeptical. How could grapes fix years of fatigue? But after a month, Arthur proudly said he was finishing his routes without pain. He laughed and said, "I thought fruit was just dessert, but it turned out to be the tool I needed to get my legs back." That's the quiet power of resveratrol and the circulation boost grapes provide. But grapes don't just protect blood vessels, they also deliver magnesium and potassium, two critical minerals for preventing cramps. That means they work on both NC. They prevent the electrical misfires that trigger spasms, and they keep the roads open so nutrients arrive where they're needed. Grapes are also full of water, adding hydration that further protects muscles from tightening. And because they're naturally sweet, they provide quick energy without the crashes of processed sugar. Now, one of the most overlooked benefits of grapes is their antioxidant power beyond resveratrol. Grapes contain flavonoids, tannins, and catechins that protect muscle cells from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is like rust on a car. It slowly eats away at your tissue, weakening it over time. By neutralizing those free radicals, grapes prevent the rust from spreading, keeping your muscles and joints healthier longer. This means not only fewer cramps, but also stronger legs overall, with more resilience against the wear and tear of daily life. And grapes are practical. You don't need to make them complicated. A small handful a day is enough to see benefits. You can eat them fresh, toss them into a salad, freeze them for a refreshing snack, or even add them to oatmeal or yogurt. They're affordable, widely available, and easy to store. For seniors who want a simple, no-fuss option, grapes are one of the best daily habits you can adopt. Now let's step back and look at the big picture. 6 fruits, each with a role. Bananas for potassium, oranges for vitamin C, watermelon for circulation, cherries for inflammation, apples for endurance, grapes for vascular protection. Together, they form a shield around your legs, a shield that protects against cramps, weakness, and fatigue, while fueling you with energy, endurance, and confidence. And the beauty is that this shield is not exotic, not expensive, not out of reach. It's sitting in your grocery store right now, waiting for you to make the choice. But here's the truth, it's not enough to know the names of these fruits. The real magic comes from consistency. One banana once in a while won't stop cramps. A handful of grapes once a month won't restore circulation. Just like brushing your teeth, the power lies in the daily habit. Day after day, week after week, your body adapts, heals, and rebuilds. Every bite of these fruits is a vote for your future strength, a step toward independence, a choice to stay in control of your body instead of letting weakness dictate your life. I want you to picture this. It's 30 days from now. You've made a simple routine: bananas and oranges in the morning, apples at lunch, watermelon in the afternoon, cherries in the evening, and grapes whenever you want a snack. Day after day, you fuel your muscles with minerals, antioxidants, hydration, and circulation support. At first, the changes are subtle. Maybe fewer cramps at night, maybe a little more energy in the morning. But as the weeks pass, you notice your legs don't feel as heavy when you walk. You climb stairs without gripping the railing as tightly. You finish errands without feeling drained. And then one day you realize something powerful. You're not thinking about your legs anymore. They're just carrying you, steady and strong, the way they used to. That's the transformation these fruits can bring. And it doesn't stop there. The same nutrients that protect your legs also protect your heart, your brain, and your overall health. Potassium lowers blood pressure. Vitamin C strengthens your immune system. Resveratrol guards against heart disease. Anthocyanins reduce inflammation throughout the body. Quercetin boosts endurance for everything you do. This isn't just about legs, it's about life. Stronger legs mean more independence, more freedom, more joy in the things you love to do. Whether it's gardening, walking with friends, playing with grandkids, or traveling, strong legs give you the freedom to live fully. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, it can't be that simple. 6 fruits can't change everything. But the truth is, your body is remarkably responsive. It doesn't take years to see change. When you give your body the fuel it needs, circulation improves in hours, cramps ease in days, energy builds in weeks. That's how quickly your body responds when you finally give it the right tools. These fruits are not luxuries. They are tools of independence, waiting to be used. So here's my challenge to you. Starting tonight, add one of these fruits to your day. Tomorrow, add another. Keep going until all 6 are part of your rhythm. Give it 30 days. Watch how your body responds. Notice how your legs feel when you wake up, how steady you are when you walk, how calm your muscles are at night. And then don't stop. Keep going, keep building, keep protecting your independence one bite at a time. Because your legs may weaken first, but they can also strengthen first if you give them the chance. And before we close, I want to remind you why we're here together. This channel is about giving you practical, science-backed, natural tools to stay strong, independent, and proud of the years ahead. Every week we share strategies, foods, and habits that can change your life from the inside out. So don't let this be the last step you take. Subscribe, come back, and join me again. Because your journey to strength isn't finished. It's just beginning. And together, we'll make sure your best years are still ahead. Remember this? Your legs are not just limbs. They are your foundation, your freedom, your independence. And with 6 simple fruits, bananas, oranges, watermelon, cherries, apples, and grapes, you can protect them, rebuild them, and keep them strong for the years to come. Don't wait for weakness to steal your independence. Take action today. Eat the fruits, trust the process, and watch your body respond. And then come back here, because I'll be waiting with the next step, the next food, the next strategy to keep you walking strong into your future.